4th place.
I've had a Earnhardt do that to me many times.
He just lost another position to Jeff Green, so he's back to 17th now.
Car looks okay. It's just real loose.
Kenny goes fast. Schrader not on the lead lap as Jimmie Johnson now leads teammate Jeff Gordon by 2.3 seconds. I thought we had the best seat in the house. This is on the back straightaway at the Dover Downs Hotel and Convention Center.
And that's the Joy family there.
Yep, Scott, who just turned 3, has all his race cars lined up on the windowsill, and Katie is 22 months, and they're up there with her mom, up on the top floor, having a great view of the Speedway.
That's a wonderful hotel.
And now that we've shown that, I'll bet we'll never be able to book that room again.
What a beautiful facility, though. I mean, we did our trackside show on Speed Channel on Friday night there. It's just awesome. Reminds you of a big hotel in Las Vegas.
Watch this race right here, guys. That 24 and that 28 are just wearing each other out. And Ricky has gotten down under Jeff a dozen times, but he can't close the deal. And it looks to me like that Ricky's going to get a little irritated here in a minute.
Of course, Kyle Petty in the 45 car, we talked just a few minutes ago, he's 2 laps down because of that green flag stop. And I believe he's actually faster than these guys, but he don't know which way to go behind them.
Now watch right here, right there. That's what Ricky's been trying to do, is slide up in front of Jeff. And, you know, I'm surprised that Jeff didn't give him that line, let him go off, because Ricky seems to be a little quicker.
All right, now make a note. As Rudd completes the pass, he is 3.5 seconds behind Jimmie Johnson. Let's see if he can close in on the race leader.
Of course, Kurt Busch right there in 97 car, another car that made a green flag stop before that caution. He's up there 2 laps down. We'll look at the Fox tracks now. We'll watch the interval to our leader, Jimmie Johnson. This is on Ricky Rudd. There he sits about 3.8 seconds, and he's closing now that he's finally don't have to race Jeff Gordon now. I mean, he's taking a big chunk out of Jimmie Johnson's lead right here.
And that may be why Jeff Gordon was racing Ricky so hard. He knows he's fast. He's going to go up there and pass his car.
Our boys in the pits tell me that Mark Martin, he was just on pit road. Finally, that thing started losing water pressure. I mean, you just knew it was probably only a matter of time with that much damage to the front end.
4th place, Sterling Marlin, Dale Jarrett. There's Jarrett on the bottom of Marlin. And they've caught Gordon.
See that he got that big run off of turn 2 over there on the outside, and around him he goes. Sterling's car just keeps getting better and better and better.
Now Mike Skinner is right with that group, but he was one of those cars that pitted just before the caution and lost 2 laps in the process.
And that's one thing I can say about that 40 car, Larry, and you know this, week in and week out, that is the most consistent race car on race day that's in the field.
I mean, you don't burn them up on qualifying day, only 1 top 10 start all year long. But I think I saw them struggle here more than anything that they have all year long this week, practice and all.
But they fixed it.
Yes, they have.
Whoa. Whoa now, baby.
Whoa now, baby. The back there, clear, no pressure.
That's what happens when you run that high line. Every now and then you miss it. There. She goes up there and she don't stop.
Same song, second verse.
Looking inside. You're behind if you need it. They're all around, nice and smooth.
You know, Bill Elliott's made a good. I mean, he's hanging in there in the top. He's 5th right now. He's been in the top 5, 6 all day long. Started on the outside pole.
Now, was there contact here?
No. Sterling just drove it in there, got the back end hung out a little bit, had to chase it up the track. Good job of saving it. That's what you call loose end.
Yes.
And I don't have to tell you which end either.
Bobby Labonte's had an up and down day, got himself lapped, now has himself back on the lead lap. Matt?
Well, Mike, for the 2nd time today, Bobby Labonte was a fortunate recipient of the caution flag. After gaining a lap back when Mark Martin made contact with Steve Hart, Labonte radioed the crew and said, maybe we finally have some luck going our way. And then when he was able to gain a lap back after the latest caution, he knew it wasn't luck. It was a gift from Jimmie Johnson. He radioed in and told crew chief Jimmy Maycar, tell Jimmie Johnson thanks, and I owe him dinner, a steak dinner. To Dick Berggren.
All
Mark Martin, who led much of the early laps of this race, right now is behind pit wall. He did lose water pressure. The reason for that, the radiator cap had come off. But they've got lots of problems under the hood of this car, and they're going at it with a bunch of Sawzall, trying to get the radiator pulled back. Mark will be here for a while, but he did tell the crew that the engine is okay, so they're going to try to fix things and get Mark Martin back out on the speedway, albeit many laps down. Mike?
Jack Roush's first weekend back at the track. Matt Kenseth wins the pole. Mark Martin leads 77 laps. It's all kind of been downhill from there.
And Greg Biffle won the race yesterday. So right. Jack was in victory circle. Jack's probably saying, they're not going to let me come back anymore.
But there you see people continuing to tell Jack Roush, and it is great to see you back at the racetrack, Jack.
Martin behind the wall. Kenseth has had to come from the back, as has Kurt Busch. Meanwhile, Dale Jarrett up to third and on the move. Now look at that panel at the top of your screen. The young guns are down to one, and right behind Jimmie Johnson, there's a whole lot of experience here.
That's a blazing gun in the front. That's some smoking guns behind him. You know what they say about youth and old age?
No, what?
I thought you knew. I'm not going to lead you again like that.
Well,
it's old. What is it?
Old age and treachery.
Okay, there you go.
Youth and exuberance.
There we go.
Okay.
People in our truck tell us that they're hearing that Sterling Marlin is complaining about being loose in, and you cannot be loose in. You carry so much speed getting in the corner here. If you're loose in, it throws the whole corner off.
Well, we saw him loose in. when he was in front of Dale Jarrett there, the back end of that thing jumped out on him. He made his tires mad. I think he had to back up a little bit, let him cool down.
Marlin is now 6th, and I think he's about to be 7th. Robbie Gordon has caught him.
Robbie Gordon thinks it's a piece of cake after last weekend. 1,100 miles last weekend, coming to Dover. It's fun.
Now, you saw Scott a little bit ago, had to have Robbie Gordon. Dad, we don't have Robbie Gordon. Tell me why a $4 die-cast car has to cost $14 at the racetrack.
We don't have time for me to tell you why, but it's because there's a lot of people involved.
Well, he now has Robbie Gordon.
He not only has Robbie Gordon, but he has Casey Atwood in that 7 car. I know I've talked about this the last few weeks, but Tony Furr moving over to this race car about a month ago from the 25 car where Jerry Nadeau was. I just think it's given Casey Atwood that confidence that he lost at the end of the year when Ray Evernham moved him to this 7 car.
Casey Atwood can drive a race car. We saw that at the end of last year. And all he needs to be is in the right environment with the right kind of leadership. Ray's there for him. I think Casey's feeling really good about himself and that team right now.
And he won a Busch race here a couple of years ago.
And then you have an experienced crew chief with a young driver.
Jeff Burton in that 99 car, you want to talk about some experience. He's had pretty much an up and down day, as we talked about. Went a lap down earlier, got it back when his teammate wrecked on the backstretch, Mark Martin. And now he's up here battling these guys. And this, once again, is a battle for 7th position between these 3 cars.
He's actually caught those guys as they race each other. It's kind of slowed them up a little bit and allowed him to close.
Tony Stewart rounds out the top 10. He's 13 seconds off the lead. He's got Rusty Wallace 1 second behind him, and then Wallace's teammate Ryan Newman.
Tell you what a record this guy has here, though. 6 Dover races, 2 wins, led a lap in all 6 races, average finish 3.3. That's pretty phenomenal.
That's big. Mr. Newman has had, many drivers here have had an up and down day. As Bobby Hamilton closes up on Ryan Newman. That's the battle for 12th place.
Yeah, Bobby's working his way back slowly. He's picked off several cars. He's up to Newman now. Yeah, Newman's he's been all over the place. He's been all over the map, as they say. But,
all weekend.
All weekend.
Yeah, I mean, again, wrecked in qualifying, had to go to a backup car, was involved in a wreck with Steve Park on the backstretch that sucked in our leader, Mark Martin. Now he's up here battling in 12th position.
4th place is about to get busy. Jeff Gordon has been caught by Bill Elliott and the lap car of Mike Skinner.
I think Bill's liking his car right now, Larry. It's just been getting it looks like it's just getting better and better for him.
It looks like what he's doing, Darrell. He jumps back to the throttle. He makes a lunge on Jeff Gordon, but it's almost like the car won't quite take it, and he has to pedal just a little bit. Back off that throttle just a little bit.
That's okay, as long as you can get it wide open somewhere.
Let's look at the top 5 spots in terms of experience and in terms of winning in Winston Cup. Jimmie Johnson is our leader. He has 1 win already in his rookie season, but right behind him, there's over 140 wins in those next 4 positions.
That's impressive.
And what? 6 Winston Cup championships as well. Jimmie Johnson continues to lead at Dover. Jimmie Johnson.
Johnson has won the first 2 segments.
A total of 10 cars will be inverted for the final 20 laps.
Jimmie Johnson goes all the way back to 10th.
Jimmie Johnson, as he makes it back to 5th.
There is Jimmie Johnson, our pole sitter.
Jimmie Johnson continues to lead and has led most of the laps.
The rookie dominating here in Charlotte.
He's got to back up. He's got to back up the car. This is going to be costly for Jimmie Johnson. The first mistake of the day. Jimmie Johnson in that 48 car. He's back in the lead.
Whoa.
No. Stay up there. Stay up there.
Caution is out.
Jimmie Johnson needed to back up about 1.5 feet in his pit stop.
He went from about 1st to 10th.
Mark Martin wins.
Jimmie Johnson ends up in 7th.
In the last 2 weeks, Johnson has done everything but seal the deal. In the Winston All-Star race, the fans voted him back to 10th place for the final segment. And his miscue on the final pit stop last Sunday night at Lowe's Motor Speedway perhaps kept him from winning the 600.
Yeah, it's been total dominance by that 48 team, but they don't have a whole lot to show for it.
Well, Mike, while Jimmie Johnson is yarding the competition on the racetrack, he's also serving notice that although a rookie, he approaches this game of racing like a veteran. He could have and should have won the Winston. He could have and should have won the 600. He took home an actual dollar amount of $341,925. His take should have been $1.1 million. But a pep talk by Rick Hendrick. He comes to Dover, and he's starting to yard the competition. DW, you've told me many, many times, this game is so mental. A lot of other young rookie drivers would have let the last 2 weeks get to him. Doesn't appear so for Johnson.
Well, he does seem to be awfully composed for a rookie, and I think he's just loving it. You know, I think there's so much good going on with him and that race team that it's hard to get down.
Darrell, he's proven that momentum doesn't just come from winning. Mark Martin has momentum from winning last week. It comes also from running well enough to win.
Well, and not only that, but just look at what happened there in the 600. That 23 car spun right in front of him. I mean, you know, things aren't going well. He could have plowed right into him like we saw Mark Martin do over here on the back straightaway. That car stopped, all of a sudden slid down the track and by. It went right on by, no problem.
You know, guys, it has been a long time since we've seen both Yates cars, the 28 Ricky Rudd and Dale Jarrett 88 car, up here battling in the top 5. It's been very hit and miss all year long. Here they are running 2nd and 3rd.
Steve Burns has more.
And Mike with Michael McSwain. Michael, what is Ricky saying about the car and what adjustments might you make?
Need a little bit of grip or make the air pressure. Car's doing pretty good. Just a little bit off. Figure it out here.
Go Nick Berger.
Rudd's teammate is Dale Jarrett. Right now he is running in the 3rd position. He had a lousy qualifying lap. 31st he started this race. But NASCAR gives each team the telemetry setup that the pole winner got.